Good morning, everybody, and welcome to This Week with Pastor Dino. I'm Dino, and I want to thank you for joining us here at First Presbyterian Church of Bradenton, where we are cultivating hearts for Jesus from the heart of downtown. We had a great week last week, opening things back up, and then, of course, we get the news about Tropical Storm Eta making its way toward Florida. We're hoping for just some rain and wind. And that it doesn't get too much stronger, both for us here in Florida and for those who are in Cuba right now enduring it. But yeah, this is it's going to be a great week as we continue on into the middle of November. Of course, our country's gone through a little bit of transition this week with the election results, and with Biden's win, I just wanted to throw out there that there's transition, and there always is during elections. And with that in mind, I want Psalm 5 to be our prayer and our meditation this week. But let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. The reason that I bring this up and tie it to the election results is because elections by nature are generally pretty heated events. And a lot of things are said, a lot of things are done, there's a lot of feelings. It seems like it's like a charged up type of situation. So whether your candidate won or your candidate lost, no matter how you're feeling about it, our calling as Christians is to call on the name of the Lord. It says, let those who love your name rejoice in you. And that means that we don't get caught up in all the tension, all of the craziness that has to do with election results and those feelings. It means that we focus on rejoicing in God and trusting that God's in charge of all of it. So that's my message to you all this week. I hope you will take it to heart as, again, our country and world go through this time of transition. Now, this week in our church, again, we are opened back up, and we are in the middle of what we call stewardship season. This is an attempt for us to get pledges, financial pledges from our congregation and our friends that allows us to figure out what next year is going to look like. And of course, 2020 has been a strange year. We're hoping for better things here in 2021. And to talk just a little bit about stewardship here, I've got Wayne Scroggins, member of our finance ministry team, and he's also the chair of the building commission. Let's take you to Wayne. All right, I'm honored to be here, joined in the studio today with Wayne Scroggins, who has been a church elder. He's been a member of the finance ministry team, and most recently has been the chair of our building commission. Wayne, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. I'm doing much better now, especially that we got this partition up that keeps us safe from one another.
Excellent.
Yes, this is a necessary thing now with all the COVID stuff, and we're going to keep doing interviews, and you're the guinea pig, so
okay,
welcome.
Wonderful.
So Wayne, we're at the end of the building project. How's that been going, kind of wrapping things up for you?
I think it's been going well. It's been a long journey. We've been working on this actually since November of 2017. And I want to start off by saying that I am so grateful to have the committee that I had. On that committee, we had Kay Butler, Kathy Schremer, Steve Porter, and Bill Schmall. And all of them have done an excellent job in terms of helping us get through this process. Because I don't think people realize the amount of hours and time. I counted it up one time, and I think we had
Oh gosh, Wayne, you're going to make us all feel bad. How many hours is it? For volunteers, of course.
I don't have an exact hours, and I don't think I could put it together, but we've spent the last 3 years trying to do the best for the church and to be good stewards of the church's money.
Now, one of the things that's been really unique, obviously, is 2020 has been an odd year. And to have a building project, a lot of people asked us that question, how are you going to finish the building with what's going on in 2020? And what do you attribute that to?
Well, 2020 sort of has been a blessing in the respect that we've had an opportunity to utilize the facilities and to have it down and not be competing with services at the same time.
Sure.
So, God works in mysterious ways.
Yes, he does.
And I think we've taken advantage of that opportunity. It's taken longer because of COVID-19. Some of the suppliers have not been able to get our materials. Some of the workers we weren't able to get in here as quickly as we wanted. But overall, it's worked out, I think, to the benefit of the church. It's given us extra time. We've been so blessed with everyone that has just done a great job in terms of gifts have come out of nowhere, and I mean that seriously.
Yeah.
You think about how God works in mysterious ways, but we would not have been able to do the sanctuary that we did if it had not been for the Blaylock gift, because quite honestly, that just made a tremendous difference. And we made a commitment, and this is all of our 5 people on our committee made a commitment. We were going to stay on budget. We were not going to overspend. And when you're doing a project of this nature, there's a lot of things you run into that are unexpected.
Sure.
And things have really worked out, I think, and I hope the church feels the same way, to our benefit. And I think we're going to have a beautiful facility. The one thing I would say that I think we really all need to concentrate and focus on, we have to maintain this premises. We cannot let it get in the condition it was before, because
Right.
we're not going to have the advantage of having land to sell or people that are going to make that kind of commitment again. So I think it's extremely important that we have to really do a good job of staying on top and maintaining our facilities. Which
Wait, so we have to be good stewards, which leads me into why I invited you here today. Just as you and your commission have been amazing, being good stewards of the church's money and making that commitment to not go over debt. And believe me, everyone in this church had something in mind that they wanted to see happen, just like you guys did. But maybe some of the things happened, maybe some of them didn't. But we were good, faithful stewards through the entire project. I can't appreciate enough what you guys have done there. So when it comes to 2021 and our budget, what are we asking people to do in their stewardship?
The most important thing everyone can do is to make a financial commitment, make a pledge. It's so important. And the wonderful thing about that is when you do make that financial commitment, it's a wonderful feeling. Giving, there's no greater joy than giving. And I think if we cannot maintain our premises and carry forward with the missions of our church if we don't have people that are committed to the church. And we need their pledges so that we can plan appropriately, make sure our expenses and income are revenue neutral. We just want to make sure we can do everything we're trying to do, and having people pledge. We have faithful contributors to the church, but in my opinion, you really need to step up to the plate and make a pledge.
Yeah, and that's the difference really between pledging and simply giving, say, in the offering plate, is allowing our church and our leadership to have an amount of predictability. 2020 has been such an unpredictable year, but the church could really bless us, and our friends and congregants and friends of the church can really bless us by allowing us to have some predictability for 2021. So
I agree. You probably won't use this analogy in here, but I'm gonna throw it out.
I probably will now.
It's like at breakfast. The chicken contributes to breakfast. The pig is committed. And we need more people committed to the church to be able to do the things that we want to do and to have a successful 2021.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for being here. I think pledge cards are going to be sent out this week, so be looking for them in the mail with another letter that explains the details of what we're doing. Wayne, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Again, soon you will be getting a letter and a pledge card in the mail. Be looking out for that and be getting that in as soon as possible so that we can start looking at 2021 and being hopeful about what God has called us to. Also want to let you know that in terms of our missions and our service opportunities, Operation Christmas Child is wrapping up. By now, you should be bringing in those filled boxes. Make sure you put a check for $9 to Samaritan's Purse. It's a really good cause, and we're going to be wrapping that project up soon. In addition, this coming Sunday, we will have our community meal that helps feed a lot of needy folks with a to-go meal. So if you're interested in serving for that email us here at the church office and we will get you in touch with our team.
And now, this is what Ralph thinks.
Ralph, what do you think about feeding the homeless?
Oh, I think it's a call from Jesus to feed the homeless and everything. That's what he's taught us, and so many of those Bible stories and everything is to look after those who are less fortunate than we are. We pray about it all the time, and we saw a need years ago in our downtown community to feed these people and all, and not only feed them nutritionally, but feed them spiritually also and everything. And I think it's been great strides for our church and what we do with the community dinners with it here. We're one of the few that have stuck and have done it for more than 10 years, and we're continuing to do it and all. And I just think it's a great outreach for First Presbyterian Church.
That was what Ralph thinks.
That's a Ralph.
This week, in terms of our programming, we do have a few things going on in terms of our online programming. On Tuesday, I'm going to be having a Zoom hangout. This is at 1 o'clock, and it's just an opportunity to say hi to me, ask me anything you want to ask me about, talk to me, see what's going on here at the church. I'll be drinking my coffee. That's at 1 o'clock on Tuesday, and you can find the information on how to join that conversation on our church website, bradenton.church/Zoom. It'll take you to a link that gets you right there. In addition, I'm really excited about Wednesday night, and I've got Larry here to tell you all about that.
All right, the ABCs of Faith will be back this week with the letter E. I got a couple of emails. People were worried that we canceled the show for some reason. Not the case. We'll see you Wednesday night. ABCs of Faith, First Presbyterian Church. It's going to be awesome. See you there.
On Saturday morning, we've got breakfast and Bible study at 10, also on Zoom. The same link I just gave you also applies, and we'll be here for worship at 9 and 11 on Sunday. Once again, with everything going on, with the chaos of the holiday season even upon us, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Thanksgiving is right around the corner. We have to remember to focus on our relationship with God and focus on our rejoicing in Christ. We can get consumed with everything else that's out there, but what we need to be is consumed with Christ and consumed with rejoicing in Him, because what we have is good. We've been blessed so richly, and we now have to think about our role in His kingdom and how we move forward with the good things He has given us. So with that in mind, I just want to thank you so much for joining us today on This Week with Pastor Dino, and I look forward to seeing you next time.